YouTube. It is May 29th and it is about 11:15 at night. I'm always like up late, and recently it's definitely been a little harder for me to, get to sleep and um, stay asleep at night, especially since I can't smoke anymore. Big, fan of the marijuana smoking, so I'm not allowed to. Um, which is, fine. It's definitely an easy thing to give up, but it helped me sleep. And unfortunately, because of one of the chemo drugs that I'm on, which is called bleomycin, it's really hard on my lungs, and I'm not gonna mess with that. So, I can take edibles, and also I've been using cannabinoids to, help with my symptoms and help with their side effects, and also work with the chemo. So I think that's been helping me feel a little better. But I don't know. I've been watching a lot of people's stories, and I've been seeing, the ups and downs that other people have gone through during this process. And it is like so incredibly emotional and surreal to be diagnosed with cancer, and especially at such a young age. It's kind of just like you think it's a joke, but it's not. And for me personally, I have been through other tragedies in my life and other hardships. Like, I'm 26 years old now, but when I was 19 years old, my sister passed away tragically in a car accident. She, was my best friend. She was basically another version of myself, a better version, but, a close second, I think. But, that was absolutely devastating and is still to this day the hardest thing I've ever been through in my whole life, even harder than this, if you can believe that. So, it really has made this experience, first of all, more kind of fucked up because, well, I have already experienced a lot of trauma and tragedy in my young life, but, also it's a different kind of trauma. It's like when my sister died, I did not have control over that trauma at all. I was just in that grief and stuck in that period of feeling like I couldn't go back in time and I never will. And, I still feel like that to this day. But with this, when I first got diagnosed, I was fucking pissed off. I was. I couldn't believe it. I just thought it was a joke. And, you know, my parents, God, felt so bad for them, mainly. But it's a different type of tragedy for us because, now we have the ability to fight through this, which we didn't before. So, instead of being stuck in this, feeling of doom and, grief and horribleness, like this is more of, you could choose to take that road and be like, I'm gonna be bitter through this whole process. But, I'm not. I'm not gonna do that for many reasons. And I think it's important to just share this because, I've been seeing, a lot of people, and, it's, Hodgkin's lymphoma, you're diagnosed at a very young age. And for most people, that's their first, really big, horrible tragedy that happens in their life. And it's honestly unbelievable. And, I just wanted to kind of express, my, why I appear, more positive through the situation. And I think it's just because, I see it from a different perspective. I see that, I have a choice to fight through this here, and I have a good chance of beating it. So it's like, I can do things like take, the medication the doctor prescribes me, and, not smoke, and, take the cannabinoids, and, just meditate and breathe and try to get myself through this, because I have the power to do that. I have that power, and I'm going to. So I just kind of wanted to share that. I hope, it comes across the way I, wanted it to. I just, want to give people a different perspective throughout this process. And, I want my videos to be more than just me at chemo and getting my chemo drugs. I really want, to, give people a different perspective on, on life, because it's so hard sometimes. And we could just be so bitter, and I can be so bitter, and I have been, so, previously in my life. So I really know how that feels. And when this happened, I really just kind of, I saw those crossroads, and, I'm choosing a different road this time. And I think it's just important to realize that we do have so much power in our minds and in our bodies to, help ourselves heal. And that's really my biggest goal here, is to learn how I can best heal myself, and whether that's listening to podcasts and journaling and meditating and making these videos, because honestly, it's been helping me to make the videos, and it's been helping me to stay positive. So I just, I wanted to spread some realness on here, and just, yeah. So thanks for watching my videos, and giving me support through this process, because it really helps. And I appreciate it.